Hi. So, last time we had set up a train station to harvest stone, and we still need to set up the other end of this so that we're getting all the stone related materials onto the bus. But I thought it was more pressing to do something about our power. So our power situation isn't too bad, but it's the power supply that's the issue. So these are our boilers, and they're coming off this single coal feed that's on this single mine, and it's a small patch. And if we just let it be, pretty soon we will run out of that coal and everything will die. So I think what I'm going to do is, we've got this big coal patch here, which is currently essentially idle. I think what we're going to do is set up another train that's going to harvest coal from here and dump it into our boilers. And then as and when that starts to look a bit low, there's a patch here that will keep us going for a while. Nice big patch out here, 18 million. So that's the plan. Okay. The slight problem with this is the starter base. So I would love to run our perimeter wall down, but you can see the blueprint here runs right through the middle of our starter base. So I would run the perimeter wall rail line over, but that's just not going to work. So what we'll have to do instead is find a way to thread a rail line through this gap. And ideally I want to do it without mucking up the signalling for this junction. So I'm going to see if I can lay some track by hand and find the gap. And the other entertainment with this is that we have various things like drone ports and power poles to dodge. So I'd really like to take it up here somewhere. Okay, I think that's all right. And I'm hoping that I have some rails in my car. If not, we'll have to make some. Yep, I do. All right. And then the station needs to be somewhere over here. Something like this. And it needs to be long enough to get a full train. Do I have a train station? Is there one in the car? Yep. So that's just long enough for two. So that's long enough, isn't it? We have room there for the full size, and looking at it, just above the top of the car is where it needs to Alright. So then I find the way it does rail planning mystifying sometimes. Alright, let's... This is where I find out that I've used a slightly different rail gap. Yeah, it's off by one tile. Let's try again. Okay, I'm going to go see what that red flashing light is. It could be important. I'm sort of at the point in the game where I'm laying down increasing turret coverage to make up for not having my perimeter wall built, but I can't really build my perimeter wall until I have industrial scale production of wool, and I won't have that until I have the stone products, but I'm not confident to sort out stone product production on the bus until I'm happy that the until I'm confident that we're going to get all our let's put a few of these down until I'm confident that our power system situation is sorted. Okay, that's all my ammo used up. I'll have to go and refill in a minute. I seem to have a lot of stuff in my inventory at the moment. Make some more signals because they'll be useful. Don't know what I'm going to do with the copper, to be honest. It's pretty useless by the time you're at this stage in the game. Okay, and then I'll need to run some power poles up here, I think. There we are. Let's put this one down for completeness. And then we'll walk diagonally until... Yeah, I don't like diagonal rails generally. It's very hard to get any of the things to line up consistently. We'll see what we can do this time. Okay. And I'm going to burn some of my stack inserters here. Because I really do want to make sure that we get the coal unloaded. Right. I need boxes, and I'm nowhere near the main production area, so we'll work it out from here. What don't I need in my inventory? Don't need rails anymore. Don't need any of the turrets. I've got a stack of 50 in the hotbar. Okay, so I'm going to grab some steel to make boxes, and I'm going to grab red ammo while I'm down here as well. Yeah, so this base is dying also because it's out of coal. Okay, so that's plenty of steel. Let's make 50 of those. That's a number to be going on with. Just 200 rounds. Not great. It's because it's out of steel. It's basically just draining the buffers at the moment of steel. It's good in one sense because this area is now less polluting, but yeah, not great for just picking up stuff as I pass. Okay. Put in the power poles first. Then the boxes. The reason you put the stack inserters by the train is because the thing you want to maximize with train stops is getting trains out of them. So you want to fill them or unfill them as quickly as possible. This is exactly what I wish I had bots for, but I let them all go to the main base building effort. Can I build any more? Yeah, 4. All right. We have some splitters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I've only got 46 red belt left, so let's nip down and see if there's any down here. Otherwise, we may have to take a detour. So, ripping this whole base up will be a job soon. Yeah, it's 400 of those. That will keep building for a little while because we're buffered up with green circuits and iron. All right. So what we're going to do is take these 4 belts that are being offloaded from the train, and we need 5 belts up top. So we're going to do a 4 to 5 balancer. Now obviously we won't be saturating. This is a 6 to 4, 4 to 5. Okay, so obviously we won't be saturating these belts because is that right? That looks really weird. Yeah, that doesn't look right at all. I think I'm going to take the 4 to 6 and lose 1 input because the 4 to 5 looks just corrupted to me. It's got some extra things on there that don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to take the 4 to 6 and we'll just trim out the final belt. So let's slap that down there. Okay. And I'm just putting a single drone port in there because the more drone ports you get in, the more building range you get, the more likely it is they're going to decide to build something elsewhere in the factory. I just want them to build this bit down here. And I really don't like building splitters by hand. They have far too many bits going on. Okay, at some point I may come back and manually remove the extra output and make it back down to a 4.5. Whoops. There. There. Then we have a pipe in the way for the final one. Whoops. It's going. That's better. Let's do it like this for now. And then a little hop and a wiggle. There we are. I could move the oil, but I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Okay, so this is needing to be powered up. There we go. And this is going to be called Power Station Coal. How many? I only have 10 stack inserters left. Alright, so let's put down a train. There, it's going to need some carriages. And do I have any carriages in my car? If not, I'll have to make some. We have 5, that's great. Okay, then this needs fueling. Do I have anything? Yes, I've got some wood. That should be fine to get started. Okay, so the schedule is go to coal outpost 1 until inventory full, then go to power station coal, inventory empty. Go. Then I'm going to grab some stack inserters from the main base. Oh, first of all, I'm going to take my Roboport out because I don't want my drones flying off and doing jobs. Oh, they've been marked removal that haven't been removed. What's the best way to get through? If I was designing this again, I'd design it with clear driveways so that I'm not getting through such a maze. You can see this whole base has been busily building itself while you've been between sessions. Okay. The other thing is having this much blueprint is really laggy. Okay, so I want stack inserters. It's trying to give me stack inserters, which is nice. But I really want stack inserters. Let's grab them all. 100 seems like a number, doesn't it? How am I doing for other things? So I have almost no normal inserters. Let's get some blues as well. How am I doing now? Yeah, that would do. I'm going to grab some red belt because I need to be permanently out of that. Okay. So where we're going to go now is off to the outpost, and I'm going to upgrade the coal inserters with stack inserters there, because I am really keen that we can definitely turn around these coal trains. So this random bit of building here on the wall is because as I've been driving past and forgot to disable my drones, they have very helpfully been flying out and doing some random building. Okay. again, I built all this a bit close for a yeah, there we are. I built this all a bit close for a design you drive through. So that's a learning experience. Okay, so we want to put down stack inserters. And what's in here? Oh. Well, that never would have done. So that's now backed up, which is great. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show while I'm here. This copper station, I originally built it wrong, you may have noticed. I built it without space for one of the sets of inserters, so it was inserting into boxes and then the boxes weren't inserting onto the track. I think I placed a blueprint down off by something, so I had an entertaining few minutes trying to rejig all that. Whoa! Well, in that case, let's watch this load. How is it loading? I think it's doing all right, isn't it? There's no point upgrading those other inserters to be stack inserters because the station's managing to buffer up. Right, this is the power station train. So this will go backwards and forwards a few times as it starts to buffer up coal for power. Okay, what is there else is there here? Ooh, we have some flashing lights. Because the inserters are still ghosted. So, out of the car. Suit. I hate doing that. Put the suit back in. I wish the key press for taking your suit off and for accessing it were just unrelated. Of course. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so I'm just going to go around here and let my bots do the job. It feels really weird using just 3 bots. But it'd be very sad if I missed something here and then had an attack from this side and lost the outpost, so it's worth doing. Great. So let's look on the map. I really should start killing things again. I'll do a tour of death off camera at some point. Okay, so that's our defunct station. This is the power station for coal, and that's saturated. So we are now fine for energy for now. When we train nuclear, I will then replace these boilers with steam turbines, which will double the power. And also at some point this whole area will get hit by bots and start getting built. So there we are. That. Now just check there's nothing else Down here. No, there isn't. Right, so the next thing to do is to disable our bots again. I wish there was just in vanilla a normal sort of key press option for disabling bots to turn them on and off. That would just be so useful. Okay, so now that our power situation is sorted, I don't know why I'm coming out here. That isn't even where the exit gate is. It's over here. Okay. So you've probably noticed that worker speed is stalled. The reason for that is that it is a Blue Science research, and I'm not convinced that our Blue Science area is up and running. So let's drive over that end of the factory and see what's going wrong and see if we can fix it. Okay, so blue is being made. Oh, it's just missing some belts. I can fill them in. There we go. Right, what's going on here? So I don't think we have the other sciences unlocked yet. The other thing I've noticed, when the factory's in full build, all of the basic inserters that are being manufactured end up getting sacrificed to make other types of inserters, which is really sad. So what I'm going to do is pull off excess from this research bus here. So set the filter to inserters, and I want to put it into a provider box, and I want to limit this to 1 stack is fine. It's just to make sure we definitely have these in the network. Similarly, I'm going to put grenades and turrets and ammunition into the network from here. What's the best way to do this? So let's make another couple of filter inserters. Right, so this can just be a regular inserter. Let's then take us do that. Okay, so if I take one way and take the other, put a provider for each, then over here let's take one of these, a provider, I only need 1 stack. Limit this. Right, worker speed is completed. This unlocks gold science, so let's do that. And so set this to pick up ammo. Set this to pick up nades. There we go. Check that is, yeah. So at least we have them in the network now. They can be requested. It's nice seeing all of those researches going. Looks like a couple of them got lost. Alright, let's blueprint them down and they will get built. I think when the ghosts were put down, some things just timed out or got lost in between the saves. Okay, so then I think the next thing is to have a look at what we're lacking. Alright, so yeah, there's just no iron coming in, so I think we need to seriously think about beefing up the iron production. And for that we need lots of long inserters and slow inserters and of furnaces. Right, that's electronics, that's unlocked our yellow science. Braking force, no. Various equipment for our suit, which we will get in a minute. I really want this one, but I can't get that yet. Oh, let's go for that, because that unlocks the other research, and then we've got all the research unlocked. Then we can do anything we want with the research, although of course I still need to make some things. Okay. So I would really like to be able to finish off the steel build. I probably need more slow inserters than this. Let's go to the car, dump things that we don't need. So I don't need the plates or the circuits. What's preventing me making more of those? Oh, I'm not really sure what's preventing me making more of those. So circuits and iron. Flying robot frame, and I'm not sure what's stopping me making the flying robot frame. Steel. And I'm not carrying any steel around. Okay. However, I do have 9 of these. I don't have any furnaces, so I'll need to pick those up. So let's head down. Right, let's grab all of those. Thank you very much. Right, we're going to head over to the starter base, grab a stack of steel furnaces. Great, so we can come back later and get all the other... Oh, sorry, turret. And get all the other research online. So we're getting some attacks over here. We're going to have to do something about that perimeter wall soon. I haven't yet been killed by a train, touch wood. Okay, furnaces. 160, that should be enough to be going on with. Okay. Okay, let's do the next suit. I like the idea of a better suit. And what I'm going to do is put my drone ports back in, both of them this time, and we are going to let them do some of the building work. Because this kind of building is just so intricate and annoying, it's far better done by drones. Just checking these still have some ammo in them. This one only has 8. I really get a kick out of seeing the bots flying around, the ones that are just building the train station, the whole station for us. I think it's very, very cool. And then these are just, oh, these are going off to build stuff. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, they're building that balancer for me. So I'm standing here on purpose. Right. So you can't see it on here clearly, but my personal build range extends out to about where the furnaces are. So I'm definitely on purpose controlling what my bots are able to build of the things which are around to be built. I want them to be building this furnace array, not other stuff. There are base bots for the other stuff. Okay, walk down a bit. That's a beautiful sight, isn't it? Oh, and so's that. Okay, so running around putting down straight lines of belt is something which people can do better than bots. Great. And I've got some tired bots to pick up. I really wish there was a burner drone port, personal rip drone port in the base game. That would really make me happy. All right, we've got our armor, but I don't think I can make it yet because I need blue circuits for that. Okay, it's the power armor 2 which is really the good one. That requires speed modules, which are way out my league at the moment. Right, we're going to do Inserter capacity, because that helps with everything. Better inserters means things happen better. Okay. So the problem here is that if I try and mine my drones, I'm likely to pick up stuff. Pick up the ghosts, and then things don't happen. Okay. So let's look at the map. All right, turn off that. Yeah, this is the drone port coverage. So we now have drone coverage all the way around, with construction over pretty much everything. It hasn't quite got out to construction over the rail stations yet, and not all the way down the smelters, but it's doing pretty well. And it hasn't joined up the power station with over here yet. But again, it will get there soon. It's prioritizing picking up things rather than drones, rather annoyingly. Come on, I can't even grab that. There we are. So I'm not able to make more drones because I don't have steel, but I'm right by a steel line. Okay. That was foolish. Alright, let's try again. Right, the reason I made them individually is because if you bulk build, then they build them with one input product followed by the other. So it would have built all of the frames and then all the bots. If you do that, then unfortunately that means you have to wait a very long time for the frames to build. If you do it the way around I did, although it's a lot more clicking, it'll build a single frame and then a single bot, and then a single frame and a single bot, and that way we'll get the single bots out to use as they're built, rather than waiting a long time and then getting a lot of them. Okay. Right, so let's investigate why this isn't doing anything. Because there are no slow inserters. I'm out of slow inserters. Can I do anything about that? Right, I seem to remember my car had a load of copper and iron and circuits in it, so maybe we can do something about slow inserters. Right, it's got no slow inserters. I've used up all the circuits, so let's, and I can't make these because I don't have circuits. So let's do the unthinkable. Ah, that's going to be right at the end of my build queue, so that's not going to get built. Okay, time to grab the drones. That's it. Then very carefully disable the drone ports. Then we're going to head back to we're going to head back and grab a bunch more off the research belts. Let's see what we can do here. Right, so we've got some here. Okay, I think by the time I've been over to research to grab some, then there'll be more made in the main maker area. There we are. Right. That's a few. Let's run up to the end where the inserters are going to do the most use the earliest. Wonderful. We're also out of steel smelters. Alright, can't do any more with that. We're actually going to run low on these quite soon. Let's do nuclear power, because I really want that. Okay, and then after this, we're going to stop for now and take a breather, come back another time. The next job is to replace down the blueprints around the base, laying down the items we can now make which we couldn't before. Things like blue circuits, the research potions which we've now unlocked, and then after that we need to make sure all the stone products are being built, so we need to make sure stone is actually coming in on the bus, and I think we'll just run over there now to see how big a job that's going to be. Right, so this is the stone train. There's no stone coming out, so we need to get stone onto the bus. That's the next job from here. Let's see if these are going to be useful. Not very. let's start building what I can. There's just so much here for them to build. As long as there's some unloading happening on each train carriage, eventually the train will get emptied. So we need at least one stack inserter and box line up for each carriage. There's absolutely nothing about this which is high volume, high work. And of course, the way it's worked out, the final carriage isn't actually getting anything. Okay, there's some death happening. It's down at this coal. I'm not too worried about that. That coal isn't being used in anger anymore anyway. I don't really want to grab these chests because it's quite likely that they are very carefully wired to things. Let's make all those, see if we can catch one before it gets picked up by a bot and put it down where we need it. No, because that's at the end of my bot making queue. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. So, as I say, next time we'll be chasing the stone onto the bus, making sure there's stone going on and then getting to all the places where the stone is used to make things, and probably getting stone brick smelting going. We'll also look at placing down the blueprints for the other research areas so that we can start potentially doing all the other researches. And it kind of feels like we're getting there. Try and do that as quickly as possible so that we're now making walls in big numbers, which means I can then build the perimeter wall. Alright, well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying watching me make silly mistakes and bump into things with my car. Have fun.